through the Facebook. The woman and me heart stop cook. Just through the Facebook. Keisha burn up the cow foot. Just through the Facebook. Argument in a me yard. Just through the Facebook.
Welcome to another episode of Keeping It Real. And of course, it's the last episode in the month. It's Monday, November 30th, 2015. I'm your host, Mitchelle, and today with me in the BCAT studio are two beautiful young ladies who will surely enlighten you about today's topic. They are Denicka and Gizel. So, today's topic is the impact of social media on romantic relationships. And I know you're all saying something about this topic already. Before I tell you what I have to say, let me first define social media. Social media are websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. So basically, social media are websites and applications such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tag, and how could I leave out WhatsApp? We all enjoy using WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a part of many of us' lives. Let me hear what Denicka has to say about the impact of social media on romantic relationship. Denicka, what's your say?
Thanks again, guys, for tuning in to Keeping It Real. I must say you did not want to miss out on this hot, sensational topic on how social media is impacting our romantic relationships. So let me just clear the air before we start. Not all relationships are affected negatively by social media sites. Like, seriously, people, some individuals really benefit from it. You know, thinking back, what about that man or that woman whose day-to-day routine is, not so interesting? They aren't able to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right while on the road, or at school, or at work, or wherever. You know that most of these men and women often meet their soulmates on social media sites. What am I saying? I am simply saying that these people meet their matches on Facebook, Instagram, Tagged, Twitter, WhatsApp, BBM. Yes, BBM. Recently I was reading a blog post by Natasha Kaufman, who is a popular blogger on HuffPost. In her article entitled, "Can Social Media Actually Benefit Relationships?" she stated that over a third of couples are marrying someone they met online. So people, you see now, social media can be positive. Thinking back again, how many of us can remember those blind dates? Or, playing those awful third wheel? Or awaiting that introduction to that guy or girl that you like so badly, but that introduction just never happens. Gone are those days thanks to social media.
Yes, Denicka, I totally agree with you about the blind date. Of course, we know many stories. We have heard of many instances where, oh yes, we have been anticipating this date because we text someone who we don't know how they look. We haven't seen their photos or anything. We're just talking to them. But of course, when we went on the date, it is someone who we did not expect to see. That physical appearance wasn't even in our mind. And of course, we are uncomfortable around that person. If you went on a date to have a dinner, there's no way you'll sit and enjoy that dinner because you're uncomfortable. You are disappointed in yourself as well as the person you have met. I agree with you, Denicka.
So you see, Michelle, these social media sites can actually boost the love life of many persons, and over the years, I believe that it has. Pew Research Center had conducted a research recently also to find out the impacts of social media on persons' relationship. And believe it or not, the research results said that 27% of online adults who married or are in committed relationships say that the internet has definitely had an impact on their relationships, and majority of them say that impact has been positive. So let's face it. WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, tagged, Twitter, BBM. These social media sites, they aren't these monsters that have come to, steal, kill, and destroy anyone's relationship. They are actually the foundations for a lot of relationships. They are the cornerstone for a lot of happy endings. So, you see, the next time you would want to blame social media, I think that we should just stop and think about it. Is it social media that is the problem? Or is it the persons who are using these social media sites?
I totally agree with you, Denicka. It is not social media's problem. As an individual, you should know the do's and the don'ts within your relationship. You should know what is right and what is wrong, how far to go within your relationship. We are all adults. Social media should not be blamed for problems in a romantic relationship.
And funny enough, Mitchelle, Mr. Troy Spry, who is a relationship coach and a certified life coach, also agrees that it's not social media's fault. But, users need to have some limitations. Users need rules. There needs to be certain rules in a relationship and guidelines to follow. It is not social media that is the problem right here. Actually, I believe that social media is a good thing. It's a positive thing for romantic relationships. Persons just need to master the craft of using social media to, enhance their own romantic relationship and just make it work for them. Social media is definitely not the problem here.
Of course, Denicka, I totally agree with you. Social media is not always the problem within a romantic relationship. However, there is not only positives about social media. Let's hear what Gizel has to say. Gizel, what's your take on the topic?
I must say I agree with Denicka because social media have no power unless we give it power. According to statistics, Facebook and WhatsApp have become the most used social media across the globe. I mean, you meet someone that sparks your interest. After a couple dates, the relationship becomes serious. You're now friends on Facebook, you follow each other on Instagram. The next thing you know, your status from single changes to be in a relationship. Now your curiosity about that person begins to increase, so you begin to explore their world through social media. You look through their profile, see who they are friends with. You look through their timeline and see what they were doing up until the time you guys met. Now this becomes a daily routine for you, right? This is where the problem starts. You start asking questions like, why did you like 10 of that person's photos? And why did that person make that sweet comment under your picture? I mean, all of these raises conflict and confusion in a romantic relationship. Going Facebook official meaning letting the public know that you're in a relationship. And for females, if Facebook official means exclusivity and seriousness. No woman wants to know that her man is dating other females. On the other hand, for men, going Facebook official means just to keep the female happy while pursuing other relationships. All of this can bring argument, jealousy, and even insecurities. This leads to partner surveillance on Facebook and WhatsApp. Have you ever felt frustrated when you saw your partner on WhatsApp, Facebook, but not chatting with you or picking up your calls? This has been confirmed by a recent report from the Cyber Psychology and Behavior Journal, which analyzes the negative effect of text applications such as WhatsApp or Facebook. When a person sends a message through WhatsApp and it reaches the receiver, you see a double tick. According to the Cyber Psychology and Behavior Journal, from this comes the double check syndrome, anxiety that comes to see that the recipient has received the message but it was not answered.
And of course, Gizel, we know about this because a lot of times we're anticipating someone who we're texting, and of course we're so excited for that person to read our message and reply, especially our partner. But it's sad when there's a double tick, blue, and then the person have not replied to your message. I know a lot of us feel excited to see the blue tick, but however, there's no response. Then and there, that evoked emotions. We get upset, we get mad, and we stay online to see how long that person is online for and not responding to our message.
And this can cause constant arguing in the relationship. And once you continue to have argument in romantic relationship, eventually it leads to break up, meaning that the use of social media by individual does have a negative impact on relationship. Even to add to that last seen feature on Facebook and WhatsApp as instigated to many troubles like constant arguing and nasty breakup. It is funny because this is how individuals appease their insecurities by giving the last scene so much attention. WhatsApp even came up with an alternative that allow you to hide your last scene. But hiding your last scene on Facebook or WhatsApp are ambiguous because your partner don't know what you're doing.
But Gizel, how effective is that hiding your last scene? Yes, you may hide your last scene, but if your partner is online watching you, as long as you're online, it will show that you're online. So your partner will know you're online. The only time your partner will have no idea if you're on WhatsApp is if your partner wasn't online while you were online and then came offline. Because even though it doesn't show when last you were seen, it does show that you're online. So if both of you are online at the same time, then your partner will know. So even though WhatsApp does that, I don't think it's really effective in much.
It's kind of effective somewhat because if you're not online, right, for say 2 hours while your partner is online, once you go online and if he's offline, you're not going to see when last he was online. So therefore you cannot know what he was doing. You don't know if he was online with somebody else. So all of this raises question, right? And excessive time on social media has harmed relationship. According to a study done by Dr. Gwendolyn Seidman, who studies relationship and cyber psychology, found out that high levels of Facebook usage were associated with negative relationship outcome like cheating and breaking up. So for me, I don't think there is a balance because social media does more harm in a romantic relationship than good.
Yes, Gizel, I totally agree with you there because of course social media when a couple is giving social media more attention than his or her partner, then that will cause problem in a relationship. We should bear in mind that communication is the key to a healthy relationship. So if you spend majority of your time on social media, then there is no way that your relationship will be strong and healthy.
Well, Mitchelle and Gizel, my point while I was closing off was saying that relationships need rules, relationships need guidelines, relationships need trust. If you cannot trust your partner on social media sites, where will you trust them? Where will you trust them if not on social media sites?
You do have a point, Denicka. All that excessive time that is spent on social media site, you can balance your time, right? Use it to help to work on your relationship. Take out your partner on a nice romantic dinner. Go to the beach, go to the movies. Just work on it, communicate, So, it's not social media is a problem, but it is how we use social media. Social media have no power unless we give it power.
That is totally true, Gizel. I agree with you. Social media itself has no power. It is the users of social media that allow social media to look a certain way. Now you know the different stance that people have on the impact of social media on romantic relationships. Some people believe that social media is the cause of downfalls in many relationships, while other people are of the view that social media is a positive thing to romantic relationships. So guys, this is it for Keeping It Real. Join us next month for another episode. I am Mitchelle saying peace out.
So guys, keep
it real.
Say she no member when me and her married. She said she can't stop man from look her a road and me name no print in her forehead.